Hi, this is Kate. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm Johnny Flynn, and I ran for U.S. Senate. I'm still waiting for a response written from you about where my ballots went.
I don't know what you're talking about because you and I have talked in the past, and you've always been very
I'm just.
Hold it. I didn't take your ballots.
Where did they go?
To do with the state and not with me.
Where did they go? I want an explanation.
I'm sorry?
I want an explanation how 50,000 of them are missing.
I thought you had a problem with your signatures.
No, I don't. They're electronic. It's legal. I got them. I sent 1.5 million emails out, and I got 57,000 people to respond to me. I sent 1.5 million emails out to addresses I bought. I didn't have the people's names, address. I didn't have their name, address, occupation, or anything. They gave me their name, their occupation, their address, and they wanted me placed on the ballot. And I did this for a bunch of candidates, 12 of us in all, and none of us got on the ballot. So it's basically voter fraud.
So number one, the ballot was created through the Secretary of State's office. I'm one town in the whole state.
No, you're the association president for all the town clerks, I was told.
I was. I'm no longer president, but during that time period, the state is still the one that decided who was on the ballot, not me.
No, the state doesn't decide. I met the requirements. I spent a substantial amount of money.
With the state and not with me.
Where did they go?
I never received them because.
Well, that's what people have to say that if that's the case. Because I gave them to Ted.
You were not qualified to be on the ballot according to the state.
I was.
Well, your argument is with them and not with me.
Hold on a second.
They have been very nice to you.
I know. I gave them 57,000.
And then you call up, and all of a sudden you're accusing me of not processing ballots.
Yes, because no one ever told me you never got them.
All the different towns in the state, not to one town.
Excuse me. I've called every town, and guess what?
What? Tell me.
No one but you has said they didn't get the ballots from the state. I gave them to Ted Bromley. Do you know what Ted Bromley did? He gave them to Hearst Media.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Instead, no.
I literally don't. I have tried very hard to be, understanding of your predicament and the whole bit, but you submitted your information to the Secretary of State's office. They decided that you are not qualified to be on the ballot.
Why?
You're not placed on the ballot.
Why?
The state did not place you on the ballot.
Why?
I did not take any of your ballots.
I never got any back from any towns, period. None. So where'd they go?
We're on the ballot.
Excuse me. I had filled out the signatures with the people. Many of them have called me saying, hey, I went to vote for you and you weren't on the ballot. I said, well, I was told I was going to be on the ballot. You're the only one that was told by the state that they weren't going to put me on the ballot, and you never filed a response to the lawsuit or an affidavit. There's a huge lawsuit. We're going to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Yeah, the fact is, if there's something you need to say, I'd be happy to let you out of the suit, but you're one of the 5 people served. The state refused to serve the other 640. I sued 640 people.
All right.
Well, you need to respond. Say, hey, I never got anything. You're the president of the Town Clerk Association. How's this possible? How did not a single Republican registrar return the petitioning candidate's signatures? Not a single one. It's because they got a call. Did you get a call? I'll release you. I don't need you in the suit. You sound honest. I honestly expect that you're a stand-up person. But I haven't gotten an affidavit from anyone, and that means everybody's in. If anyone writes a letter to me, I will release them. But until then, until that time, and we find out where these things went, by the way, I'm not just suing for that. Danbury, Connecticut hacked Pennsylvania, okay? 20 other towns hacked 20 other states. Oklahoma, Alabama, Arizona, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Vermont were flipped by Connecticut in the largest fraud case, voter fraud case, in the country's history, okay? That's what the case is about. The case is not just about my election. The case is about the state of Connecticut using GEMS, ESS, NoInk, Dominion, and all these hacking softwares. NoInk changes the vote up to 60 hours after the vote is made by an algorithm. I have their contract. I have their GEMS contract. I have every contract, ESS, LHS. I have all the Dominion stuff. I have all the Soros stuff. I have all the Facebook stuff. Okay? I have all the data from every town, and it's impossible for every town, not a single town provided me with a response. Not one. That means you guys were instructed not to do it, or you all decided you're the president of the association. You tell me what happened, you're out of the case. You tell me who's honest, they're out of the case. If you say, Johnny, this town's corrupt, I'll take them to the cleaner. But I'm not going to sit and wait indefinitely. I don't want your house. This case is a $10 million case. Easily. Easily. $2 a vote? Yeah. Hello. The data I have, I don't know if you read the complaint. Did you read the complaint?
I did read you the information that you sent me, yes.
Okay, so here we go. That was the first complaint. It's been revised twice. It deals with the national election fraud that came from Connecticut. I can prove that UConn falsified the audit. Okay, the memory cards have a problem. That audit is falsified as well. Do you realize they only tested 57 cards and 37 were defective? They only tested 20 cards. 20. And that's not an audit. I'm saying they kept and now they use the same algorithm again in the 2022 election that they used on the 2021. And they flipped votes. And I can hack this system with my phone by myself. Any memory card will do, any thumb drive. I can hack the Connecticut election with a thumb drive. Every tabulator is connected to the internet, every single one. And the hacking software, I have the contracts. And I subpoenaed the cast vote record. Do you know what the cast vote record is? You might not know.
No, I don't.
Okay, that's the proof. And Gabby Rosenberg is obstructing justice. And these guys are going down. There's no way. I got the FBI working on the case. I'm not gonna, if anyone tells me, Johnny, I'm an honest person, I want out, well, good. Just write me a letter saying I know nothing, but no one has. So that means it's impossible for every town. How did my own registrar not fill out the ballots I handed him? Not one from Stanford came back. They had 300, okay? 300, I gave them right to the registrar, none back. Well, the Democratic Registrar of Voters in Stanford got nailed on 28 counts. That's what we did. He's going to jail. 28 counts of voter fraud. Okay? So, by the time I get to every town, what's going to happen? I don't know. But all I know is you're the president of the association. You should know more than most people. Did you have a conversation with Ted Bromley? What was said?
So when you're talking about the pages that you've submitted to, let's say, your registrar,
yes.
Are you talking about where you petitioned to get on the ballot?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the petitions and not the actual ballot.
I voted for myself. Many of my people voted for me as well, and they took pictures of their ballot. Unfortunately, the state of Connecticut says I got no votes. Well, my son voted for me, and my dad, and me, and that's 3. That's just Norwalk. Okay, Andrew Pritchard, Norwalk, voted for me. I have his ballot. He took a picture of it. Everyone I know, I asked them to take a picture, and I have tons and tons of pictures of them voting for me. Unfortunately, Connecticut says I got 0. That means they threw it out. Because when I get the cast vote record, it'll show 0. If they tabulated that vote for me and then removed it at 11:30 at night, they're going to Leavenworth forever.
So, Johnny, when they voted for you on the ballot, was it as a write-in?
Yep.
Okay.
I have many.
That's a different situation.
Correct. I gave them the paperwork for that too. I'm a write-in candidate. I am a hero. I gave them that on August 3rd, as required.
Okay.
I handed it to Taffy Womack. Do you know her? She's very nice. But Ted Bromley got fired. Are you aware of that? Ahern got fired. Ada Carini can't be found. I think she's still working there, but in some other capacity. I mean, do you know who Holtzman? Do you know who Holtzman is?
No.
He resigned, and so did Mark Kohler. Do you know who he is?
No, I don't.
Mark Kohler was Secretary of State during the election because Denise Merrill resigned.
He was the interim, you're right.
Correct. Okay, so, by the way, he had a conflict of interest. He was Attorney General, Assistant Attorney General under Blumenthal. I was in an election against Blumenthal, and he threw out the ballots. So, therefore, he's going to jail. I hope. He should. But the fact remains. I mean, if you look at the revised complaint, I mean, I think you saw the original one. No big deal. If you look at the revised complaint, which is line 166, it's called amended complaint. If you go down to page 79 and start reading at page 79, it gets a lot more interesting. Let me turn to it and I'll read you what is said. So you don't, I mean, I understand you had very little to do with this, except that this is a big problem. Reading, Connecticut, hacked Nebraska. Meriden, Connecticut, hacked Wyoming. Trumbull, Connecticut, hacked New Hampshire and Minnesota. Norwalk, hacked North Carolina. Berlin, Connecticut, hacked South Carolina. Colchester, Connecticut, hacked Oklahoma. Orange, Connecticut, hacked Missouri. Fairfield, Connecticut, hacked Georgia. Naugatuck, hacked Wisconsin. Norwich, hacked Kentucky. Danbury, hacked PA and made Trump president. I mean, made Biden president. Do you understand? Avon, Connecticut, hacked. I can go on and on and on. Here, Kentucky was hacked, Louisiana, Maine, Massachusetts was hacked by Planet Fitness in Enfield, Connecticut, hacked the state of Massachusetts. They took a modem there. I have the coordinates of every hack. I have the GPS coordinates of the phone when the hack was made. The exact pinpoint where the person was standing when they hacked the GEM system. Okay? So we're going in backwards and coming out the front. Now the states that we hacked are calling me. 18 of them want to know how Connecticut hacked West Virginia. Well, I don't know about West Virginia. It wasn't done the same way that this was done. I can prove that 159 Burnham Road in Avon, Connecticut hacked the Prospect Clerk in Bowdoin, Maine. The time, the location, I have the IP address of the computer. I have how it was sent to Spain and back again. And the numbers changed before they came back. Whatever was sent is different when it comes back. This is a problem because Connecticut went to these other states and flipped the votes and allowed access of Beijing and all these Tokyo and all these places through their own back door that Connecticut created to change the votes. Do you understand? This is treason. This hack by Denise Merrill, well, she wasn't there. It was Susan Bisowitz. If you read the contracts, these are hacking softwares. That's all they are. And they paid for them, and they have a 20-year contract. Why would you sign a 20-year contract in 2006 to hack every election for 20 years, and now we're finding out that 17 years in a row, Connecticut hacked other states? We should have a serious problem with what's going on here. And you should be furious at these people. You should be absolutely livid. You should be a plaintiff because they used you. I'd be happy to make you a plaintiff and I'll give you 10%. But I need evidence. Who you spoke to, when and where. I need your affidavit. I'm talking about all the problems this country is facing because they flipped that presidency illegally. And Connecticut did it. There's no way. The longitude of 41.9916, latitude minus 42, 5652, right? That's Planet Fitness in Enfield. And they hacked, I have the exact coordinates of everyone that was hacked. So here we go. Pennsylvania's server is at 3.665.166 to 3.107.737. That's accurate within 15 feet. It's on satellite. They caught these people on satellite, for God's sake. And they knew, and they let them do it in 2022, my election, after they completely figured it out in 2020. There are military tribunals going on over this stuff. People are getting military tribunal. Do you understand? This is not, this is treason. It's in the military's hands. So I'm cooperating, okay?
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, if someone called you and said, let's screw Mr. Flynn, don't send him his why didn't you ask for the petitioning candidates' signatures? 12 candidates got blocked, not just me. Do you know who Kevin Allen is? The Kevin Allen Show? It's a radio guy?
I don't.
Okay, he ran for Attorney General, okay? He's on the list with me. There are 12 candidates that they intentionally blocked. That's racketeering, RICO. Everyone involved, which is the 640 registrars, can go to jail with all the other people. Yeah, and maybe they should if they knowingly did this. Because why would my petitioning signatures end up at Hearst Media where they turn around and claim, you know, I took them to court, right? They couldn't name a single dead person on the ballot. Are you serious? They said I contacted dead people. I said, I bought email addresses. I don't know any of these people, except if they told me their name was, Ben Franklin, it's Ben Franklin. They checked off their occupation. I have all the stuff I needed to collect from them. I didn't call them personally. I sent them an email, and if they were happy enough to say, gee, I'm an independent, no one's ever contacted me before, is it just get you on the ballot, Johnny? I go, yeah, I just want to get on the ballot. You don't have to vote for me. Just get me on the ballot. And that didn't happen. That's racketeering. So, I just don't expect that all the people I've dealt with, which is quite a few, are dishonest. I don't think you are. I think you're a stand-up person. But you know what? If you don't come forward, tell me what you know, I can't help you.
I don't know anything, Johnny. That's what I've been trying to explain to you.
Okay, so where did the other petitioning candidate signatures go?
Well, I'm assuming that they either submitted the petition
No,
to...
they gave them to Taffy Womack, just like me,
Okay.
and then they said, we're handling it, we're going to send them all, we're going to send them to the town clerks themselves, and when they get them back, the only ones that came back were not signed. The only ones. Now here we go. I went to a baseball game with 10,000 blind people and people with cerebral palsy, deaf people, handicapped people, right? I went to a handicapped baseball game with 10,000 people. I signed a ton of them. Every single signature that I gathered is missing. Are you serious? Those are ADA violations. That's even worse. The people who I tried to help, you know, cerebral palsy people, oh, Johnny, I'll volunteer for you. Do you know how many volunteers I had that were handicapped? A lot. Now, they went to vote, and my name wasn't on the ballot. Really? That's alarming. One guy had no arms and no legs, and he volunteered to help me, and I wasn't on the ballot. And he signed with his mouth. And you guys screwed those people. And one of my assistants is blind. She helps me all the time. She's on the NFB, National Federation of the Blind. She got me in the event. We held an event. We had 10,000 people sign our thing. Where are they? I don't know, but there are people...
I don't know either.
Okay, well, hold on. I had 300 in Darien. I had 300 in Westport. I had 500 in Norwalk, and I had I had signatures from every town in the state, bar none. I had more than 169 towns. I had like 185, because some of them have different hamlets, have different names. You know, as you go up to like Columbia, Connecticut, there's towns there I never heard of. And I guess they get lumped in the other town. I don't know. Like there are towns with odd names that no one's ever heard of. I have so many towns. I know I got at least 100 from Berlin. It's a big town. But where are they?
I don't know.
Well, you gotta call and find out why you never got them. And you gotta write me a letter saying we never got them.
That's so true.
Hey, John, can I interrupt you for a minute?
Yeah.
You can, I know you want to proceed with your lawsuit, and I understand it,
Pat and I.
but we never received your petition.
Well, you never told me till now. You never told me till now. Okay? And it's
our mind just now.
quite a... Okay, I'll be right there. It's 8 months after the due date.
Would you like some?
I send an email to every single person. No, I'll be right there, Pop. I sent an email to every single person on that list. I sent about 15,000 of them. Not one person responded. Not even you. Nothing. Zero. That's treason. You're responsible for those votes. You're responsible for those tickets. And you should get on the phone and find out what happened and let me know. Because I will release anyone who you think is honest. And I will not release anyone who you think gives you no response. We don't get a response, everybody's going down. Everybody. Because they changed the presidents of the United States. And the book is going to be fantastic. I got so much data, it's not even funny.
Okay.
But here we go.
I would like to help you more, but I really don't know anything. And
If that's your answer, good luck.
Tell you.
It's treason. It's treason. You want to let it go at that? Okay, fine. Connecticut hacked Colorado. Okay, Connecticut hacked Nassau and Suffolk, Long Island. Really? 120,000 votes. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot of treason.
I don't know anything about the hacking. I'm sorry, but I really and truly don't know anything about it.
You're the president of the association.
Doesn't mean I know anything about the hacking.
I know about the hacking, and it wasn't you. I know you didn't hack. I know you didn't hack them,
I don't know how to hack anything.
But Scott Bates did.
You know, but I don't know how anything about it. I don't know.
You took a duty when you took an oath, and now you're breaking it. So I don't know what to tell you other than when you swear to do your job and you don't, that's not good.
Your fight is not with me, Johnny.
Okay. Well, you know what? If you don't give me a written statement, I can't help you.
Okay.
You want to give me a written statement? Say whatever you can. Say whatever you can.
I don't know anything.
How could you not know? You never... you picked up the Hearst newspaper, you read an article that I solicited dead people, and you talked about it with me, and that's impossible. Because all I did was send... I bought a list. I
think you're confusing me with other people.
No, I'm not.
You have talked to me numerous times about this whole thing, and I have told you that I don't know what happened to your petitions. And as far as I know, you were not put on the ballot by the Secretary of State's office.
Who?
That any of your arguments are not with the town clerk. And you agreed with me numerous times on this.
No, I said,
and I don't know anything about how...
If you didn't get any petitioning candidate signatures from the town, from the Secretary of State, why didn't you call them? Why didn't you say, well, I know Johnny Flynn's running, why don't I have his thing? Why don't I have his signatures?
Johnny, I gotta go.
Bye.
I have other people waiting to talk to me.
Okay.
All right, I wish you all the best. Okay?
Unbelievable.
Have a good night.
Bye.